So if you are in technical sales and you're planning your 2023 strategy and you're like, dude, I need something more to really boost next year for my boss, for my company, whatever, then in this video, if you stick around for the whole thing, you're gonna find the secrets that we have to boost your performance drastically and make 2023 the best year ever.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just making enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive?
So let's talk about 2023. It's right around the corner, 30 days roughly away. And now is about the time when a lot of people are like, all right, we didn't hit our goals. We did hit our goals. We're setting our goals for next year. You got your plan in place. And sometimes you just need that little extra spice on top. And I'm here to bring that for you if you guys stick around. So let's first talk about what is your current situation? What is your current sales team like? Do you have a sales team built out of 8 or 108 salespeople, sales engineers, business development people, support systems, or are you a team of 0 where you're just doing it all yourself as the owner? It doesn't matter what your situation is. You have to look at it from the standpoint of audit and say, how is my team going to perform next year? What players do I have? Is my region set up properly? Am I auditing their performance? Do I have the goals set up? You first have to audit it and set your team up properly. If you don't have a sales team or you have a sales team of 1, you will benefit from this video because I'm going to share with you a way to circumvent that issue and reduce your overhead with it. So first step though, look at your team, really audit it and see like, who are my main players? Who's going into 2023 with me? Do I want to shake up territories? Do I want to shake up who's handling what markets or industries or things like that? Hopefully you've already done that, but if you haven't, now is the time to do it because you want to implement those changes right now in the month of December so you go into January with a fresh look and a fresh way of doing things. The next thing you're gonna have to look at is the tools. Have you set up your team to be successful by giving them the proper tools? And what I mean by that is if you are having them doing cold calling, is it easy for them to do? Are they just using their cell phone or have you integrated with your CRM system? If you're using HubSpot, did you partner with Aircall or are you using HubSpot's calling feature built into it and using those minutes? If you guys have a territories assigned and contacts assigned, do you have it in a CRM system? Is everybody set up and everybody has an owner to a contact? As new people come in, do they get assigned to owners? Do you have your marketing working to where marketing is sending out emails on behalf of those salespeople? It's all about the tools and efficiency, because if one thing I've learned over the last 20 years of being an industrial, especially in sales, is that technical salespeople hate more than anything complicated systems where they have to update it. It's like, if I just made a call, why do I have to put notes about that call in a system and check these boxes? Like, technical salespeople hate that. I feel like a lot of salespeople do. You need to convince them that they have to do it and hold them accountable to it, because that is the way. When you're doing things at scale, when you're making 50, 100 calls a day, or you have 50 or 100 deals in the pipeline, you're not going to be able to remember every little step of it. So you have to make sure that 1, they have the tools available, but 9 times out of 10, the management, the ownership group is not holding them accountable to make sure that they're making the data up to date. If the data is shit, then your results are going to be significantly hindered by it. So it's like bad data in, bad data out. Marketing or somebody who's handling the marketing side of it can't properly nurture and funnel these leads and opportunities and qualify them and put them in front of the salespeople as sales qualified leads or marketing qualified leads if the data is bad. So if a salesperson talks to somebody, you have to change the sales stage of that. You have to change the life cycle stage of it. So they have to be responsible for keeping that data clean and putting that data into your CRM system. That is by far the fundamental, most important step of everything, because I can't hold your sales team accountable. I can't hold my sales team accountable to the actions if they're not putting in the data. And I can't make decisions on should we pivot, make adjustments, should we add something to our strategy if the data is not there to support it. So you have to make sure, set your sales team up with tools that can make them efficient, that can make them killers in their job. You can't be a type of manager that's just like, do this, do that, without understanding how much goes into it, right? You have to personally understand, if I make this call, what are the steps I have to take? Work through it as a sales manager, as a leader, work through those steps and see, is there too many clicks here? If we're doing like calls, email, and then LinkedIn, is there a way for me to combine those? Is there a way for me to automate it? Is there plugins, integrations that I can do that bring all those things together? You have to look at it and say, I want to set my team up for success. Maybe I have to spend $1,000 a month on a system, a software, or an integration. But if that's going to save the sales team time, they're going to appreciate that. And they're going to be more likely to adhere to your pipeline schedules and to the activity schedules that you want them to hit. Like, it's all about coming to it from a standpoint of, I understand that this sucks. I understand that this is not super efficient. I'm asking you to do it because this is why. Show them the light at the end of the tunnel and then start working it. But you have to make adjustments based on performance. Something that you told them to do at the beginning of the year is not working. Pivot and make an adjustment. You can't just say, this is what we're doing for the next 6 months, and I don't care what you say, we're going to do it. You have to track the data. First, do the activity, input the data, then look at the data and audit it, and then make minor pivots and adjustments based on what is happening. The main secret and the part of this video that should excite a lot of you guys is that whether you have a sales team or you don't, one thing that MFG Tribe can do is we do have sales as a service. And I'm not here to just pitch it to you and say, hey, buy from us and hire us on. I'm here to tell you that 7 years ago when I started this company, we were primarily a lead generation sales as a service company. And we did it for multiple years, but it wasn't scalable with the tools that we had and the resources that we had. But there's basically 3 programs. Now, if you go to our website, mfgtribe.com/industrial lead generation, or just click the drop down in sales as a service, you'll be able to see these 3 programs. And I'm going to break them down real quick so you guys can understand it. Number 1, if you have a sales team and you want somebody to manage it, we have a program for it. That's our starter package where we can implement your CRM system, manage your pipeline, and also manage your sales team. We can do all the email marketing for the sales team as sales as a service tool. We can do the reach outs. If you have 8 people or 80 people, we can funnel all those people together and send emails out from them through your CRM system to their specific contacts, so that way when they're doing the next step, which is picking up the phone and following up with these people, it's more of a warm lead. It's not a cold, hey, you don't know me, this is my name at a company I work at, you've never seen anything from me before, I want to know if you're interested in having a conversation. We can take the cold part out of it and make it warm by doing email marketing and teaching your sales team that you need to follow up on an email and then send a LinkedIn connection request, send a LinkedIn message to these people so you're hitting them from email, phone, and LinkedIn all at the same time, and figure out what is their preferred method of contact. How can you easily get a hold of these people? That's the beginner level package. The second package that we have, which I forget what it's called, the second package is where we're actually going to do the lead generation for you. And what does that mean? There's tons of lead generation companies out there, but typically where they miss the mark is they don't understand your industry. They don't understand industrial, technical, or whatever. That's where our team here, this is what we do every day. We work with industrial, manufacturing, and tech companies. We do their marketing. We do their sales as a service. Therefore, we can take part of our team and develop it to where they're doing lead generation for you. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, we're going to generate 20, 30, 40 leads. Like typically you'll get 4, 8, 12 leads a month if you're selling something that's substantial, like a service to the manufacturing people, where your closed deals are $100, $200, $300, $500,000 or more per closed contract. We're there to say, like, dude, I can get you 7 quality leads a month that are looking to have conversations now. We handle all of the scripting, all of the calls every single week, whether it's 100 calls, 200 calls, depending on what level of activity you need. We do all that for you. Do it through your CRM system, and that way we can assign those opportunities and leads directly to your salespeople. You may be like, dude, I don't have a CRM system. You have to have something in place. We cannot work off of old school spreadsheets where we're sending, 7 years ago, that's what we did. We had a spreadsheet where like, these are our A leads, B leads, and C leads. And we would send you the contact information for each lead, the notes of the conversation that we had, what are the next steps, and we'd hand it off to our clients on a weekly basis. In 2023, 2022, CRM systems are a must-have. So we have to put that in place so we can, again, going back to the first package, set all that up for you, do all that work. But then the second package, doing the heavy lifting for you. If you've got salespeople and you're like, I don't want my salespeople making cold calls, they're technical sales engineers, business development managers that can have in-depth technical conversations. I don't want them doing that activity, or they don't want to, but you want to keep them on board. That's fine. Put that ownership on us. We can make 1,000 calls a week if your team is big enough for those people and start hand feeding them leads. That's the middle package. Now the higher package, the partner one, that's where we're looking at it from a standpoint of, Either you want us to take over your territory and you get assigned an account manager here, and that is a sales engineer that has been trained by me, shadows me as part of this team here in Austin. We can cover a territory for you, and even depending on what your service or product is, close deals for you. I mean, that's a huge thing, is that we can manage your team. If you need a CRO or a CSO or somebody to be a VP of sales to be able to manage a team, we can do that for you. We can manage your team of 5, 8, 20 people, do all that for you on a monthly basis, plus generate leads, plus close deals. It all depends on the situation you're in. So I don't want people to be hindered by growing opportunities, or like, hey, we just got rid of these people and now I'm trying to look to fill that role and I can't find somebody. You can bring us in, because there isn't anything technical that is sold out there or industrial or manufacturing related that we can't learn so fast and so quickly, because we do this at scale and because this is the only industry we work in. We can do it so fast and produce results within the first 30 days. Most of the time, anybody you hire, you're going through training, onboarding. It's 30, 45, 60 days before they really start getting the wheels turning. From our standpoint, dude, just tell me, what are you trying to sell? What's the value proposition? Show me some recordings or a pitch deck or anything like that. Let's have an onboarding conversation, and we get to work and we document all that for you. And then every week we're sending you those opportunities. Every week we're trying to close deals for you. Whatever it is, whichever package you're looking at, we do all that for you, and it's all led by myself and the team underneath me to be able to do the activity. And we continue to grow as more and more people keep signing up with us for our sales as a service. It's going to probably end up being about 50% of our total revenue as a company is going to be sales as a service versus just marketing. But we've got clients on the marketing side that have taken an interest in this and have signed up for the sales as a service. And then we have other people that come to us and say, look, I don't need marketing, I got a team. I have a sales team, but they're not really generating activity. Can you generate the activity for us? And I'm like, yep, we can do that. And then we jump in and start generating that activity. Some of our clients, we've gotten over 200 leads in 6 months. And I'm not talking BS leads where they're selling a $50 product. I'm talking about manufacturing services companies that are 20, 30 million in revenue. We're bringing them 200 leads over 6 to 12 months that they're not all looking to buy now. Like, I'm not that guy that's going to say, I'll bring you 50 leads a month and they're all active right now. That's what the lead generation companies do. I'm saying I can get you 6 qualified people right now that have an interest and a need for your service that want to talk now. Then I may be able to get you 4 other people that are like, yeah, you know what? These are B leads. These are people that are looking at 8 to 12 weeks out. So 2 to 3 months looking for some activity potentially. And then you got C leads that are 3, 4 months and beyond. They're like, I don't have a need right now. I don't have a project. I'm not looking to change my software, change my service, add on a new supplier. I'm not looking for that right now, but I want to keep your information handy. Those are C leads, and we put them into a drip campaign if you're on that package. But this is really the secret weapon to 2023. You don't have to rely on just your sales team, on staying on top of them. We can do that for you. We can manage your team for you. We can do all the heavy lifting for you, or we can manage your team, do the heavy lifting, and take over a territory. That's where this is a scalable program. If you're like, dude, I don't believe that this guy can say what he says he can do, try it out for 4 months. Let us just qualify some leads for you. Let us just generate some activity. And if you're not satisfied, we'll cancel the contract. But I guarantee that the level of activity that we can produce, driven by the way that I do things, the way that I have done things and adjusted them over the last 15 years of industrial sales and industrial technical way of doing things, it's adjusted. There's everything adjusts on a weekly, monthly, annual basis. New tools come out, you have to adjust your strategy. That's what I've been doing for the last 15 years. What worked for me 15 years ago does not work as well today. And I've continued to adjust and perfect that. And we do this at scale with companies. Some of our clients are 8 billion in revenue, and some of them are smaller. And they're like, look, dude, I just want you to take over our sales, generate opportunities. I don't want to have to hire on these people. And we can do that for you as well. If you guys are interested in learning and having your team trained, you can go over to technicalsalesu.com and go through our interactive training. We have 8 hours of video content. We're going to be shooting 3 courses this month about cold calling, sales management, trade shows. We're going to be shooting 3 more courses this month and rolling them out there. Anybody that is a current student at Technical Sales University gets access to those for free. And if you are not a student, you're going to be paying a little bit more price now that we're boosting up Technical Sales University. So check that out. You can find it on LinkedIn. You can go to technicalsalesu.com and check it out and sign up for it. We're going to be giving away some deals possibly in the month of December of adding in these new courses for free to new people. and having some flash sales, but I would say sign up and you get access to stuff that nobody else can see. None of that stuff gets posted on YouTube. None of it gets posted throughout LinkedIn. That's all secret information where we train you through interactive training with my videos on a daily basis. So without further ado, we'll close it out, guys. Go over to YouTube, turn on notifications, hit that subscribe button. I keep on flip-flopping those, and we will see you on the next one.